All right, you know how people say this thing often, if I had $1 for every time someone asked like a particular question, they'll be rich right now. I feel like that question for me, well, I have a lot of all those questions, but a particular one would be, Guy Alpha, what camera do you use? Guy Alpha, what lens do you use? Oh, I get that question so many times. And I don't have a problem with the question, to be honest. It's just that there's an underlying factor surrounding that question sometimes that I don't really like. And that factor is people think that how good your images are is directly proportional to how good or how new your gear is, right? And there's a hint of truth there, no doubt. To a little bit of extent, yes, but that is not the main thing. The main thing is being able to train your eye, train the way you see things, the skills you've acquired for a long period of time. That is what matters more than the gear you use. But don't get me wrong, the gear you use does matter. So I will let you guys know what I currently have, my current setup. I will walk you through what I started with, why I have what I have right now. So it's not just buying gear for buying sake, but you have to find out or pinpoint what your last gear didn't have, what you were lacking there, and look for a gear that can get you that. And when I say gear, I mean cameras, lenses, stuff like this is what we call gear. Yeah, I don't know why I had to explain that, but I just felt like I needed to. I didn't want anybody thinking I meant like the car gear. Anyway, good. So I started my photography journey with Nikon, not with Canon. A lot of my friends started with Canon. I have no problem with Canon. I think till today they have probably one of the best skin tones that I've ever seen from a camera. But I started with a Nikon. I had a Nikon D3100. We shared a lot of memories together, especially starting, and I think it's a fantastic camera. I used that for a while, and then I moved to my first full frame. I only used that crop frame once during that period of time, right? Then I moved to my first full frame. Good, so I moved to the D600. We shared a lot of memories together, okay? My first destination wedding was with the D600. I don't think I have a lot of pictures of it left. I probably have like some old hard drives. I'm too lazy to go look for that, I'm sorry. But that was that with the D610. And then I moved to the D800 and the D810. I still have my beautiful D810 with me here. It's messed up. It is proper messed up. It's torn, I guess. I've tried to use like gum on it and all whatnot. Nevertheless, this machine is a workhorse. It is absolutely amazing. I loved it for a lot of reasons, and I stopped using it for a couple of other reasons as well. So if I can remember correctly, let me see. While using this, I had image quality that was out of this world at the time, based on from a DSLR, because the megapixel size was whooping. It was like 36 point something, right? So the images that came out of this were just crisp and clear and vivid. Like you don't have to do so much editing. You can give out the JPEGs. It was that good, really good. What else did I like about it? It was durable. It is so durable. Like, see all this, but it's still working fine, okay? Very durable. I used it one time in Minnesota when I traveled, and it was so cold. It was so cold that my Fuji knob of my X-T2 wouldn't turn. But this was working very fine. So, like I said, it's very durable. What else again? The battery life is not bad. The battery life is not bad at all. It has a decent charge in it. For the things that I didn't really like about it, the focus was not fantastic. No, I was hunting focus a lot of times. I had a lot of missed shots, as well as a lot of shots that I got, but there were like so many missed shots, especially because, the wedding industry, when you're taking pictures at a wedding, especially in Nigeria, it's fast paced, right? And I don't think it's just Nigeria, like anywhere else. I guess even when people are dancing, it's fast paced too. So you need something that will be getting everything as it's going, and this wasn't really cutting it for me. Another thing was the ISO. You have to trade the megapixels for the ISO. So the higher the megapixels, the not so good your ISO sensitivity would be. So at about like 3200, you could see visible noise on your images with this stuff. So it wasn't mind blowing. No, it wasn't. All right, so that's that. So the next camera that I got while I was using this, I got the Fuji MX1. Okay, I needed a small camera, a compact camera that I can take up and down, and I can, travel with, put it in my pocket. And if I get into trouble and someone wants to seize it or whatever, they can take it, right? So I got this small compact Fuji MX1, and subconsciously that was my introduction to the mirrorless world. Okay, the major difference between the mirrorless and the DSLR is the viewfinders, right? So the mirrorless comes with an electronic viewfinder, the EVF, while the DSLR comes with the optical viewfinder. That's like just found out that day. You guys should go on Google that stuff. But basically, what the EVF does, you just get this, what you see is what you get type thing, right? Like, it's what you see is literally what is inside. But with this one, you have to adjust accordingly. That's probably the worst explanation I've ever had to explain to someone, but you have to feel it to understand what I'm saying. Another thing is, it also really helps in your creativity, the EVF, I mean. So when I got that MX1, it was just so interesting. Do you know what? If you want to test run what I'm saying, if you currently have a DSLR, change to live view. So the live view gives you that EVF effect, that electronic viewfinder effect. Good. So I graduated from the MX1 to the XT2, and that was it. I was sold on Fuji completely. I was like, yo, this camera is good, it's lightweight, it's fantastic, the image quality is so good and everything. So I used the XT2 for a while. We had great memories, fantastic memories. I can't forget the XT2 ever. It was just such a baby to me. And then I graduated to the XT3. So what do I like about this camera currently? So many things. With the Fuji, I don't think any camera that I've used right now compares to the Fuji in terms of the color science. The colors are just amazing. The auto white balance on this baby is ridiculous. It is so good, and it really helps me a lot, especially in Nigerian weddings, because hey, the lights that they put like in the hall, you need a proper, very good white balance to nail a lot of shots. So I get that with the Fuji. The autofocus is way better than what I got from the Nikon. So that's that. What else? I love the retro look. I really do. Like just having the buttons on top, and then you can turn the ISO, turn the shutter speed. The aperture is right here. It's so easy to handle. Okay, it's just so beautiful to handle. What else? That the ISO range is very high, and I can shoot up to like 10,000, 8,000 before I start getting like horrible noise, and that is not bad coming from like 3,200. I love that I can flip the screen, flip it out, flip it under, so I don't always have to be on the floor, but I still end up on the floor anyway. It's a forced habit. What don't I like? The battery life. The battery life is useless. It is so useless. I think I have like 16 or 18 batteries. The battery life is really bad. It's currently paired with a 56mm and a 23mm. Okay, because this is a crop frame, it's not a full frame, guys. It's a crop frame camera. So the equivalent of this on the full frame is 35, 85 respectively. So the 56 on the full frame becomes 85, and the 23 on the full frame becomes 35. I can shoot a whole wedding. In fact, that's what I do. I shoot weddings with 35, 85. Those are my two cool lenses. That's that. So the Fujifilm X-T3, I currently use it right now, and it's just absolutely amazing. So when I walk into a bride's room, this is the first camera I start with. I use this to shoot the bride. I use it to shoot the dressing up, the bridesmaids and everything. When we go to the reception, I then switch this. I still use it, but I don't use it as my documentary camera anymore. I just use it for like portraits, and I put the telephoto on here, the 85 or 56, right? So that I can just get like far up, just closer. That's that for this baby. So I've spoken about the Nikon. I don't use this that much anymore. I'm sorry, Nikon. But this, definitely. So this part is going to be weird because I'm supposed to pick the next camera, but I'm recording with it. So just imagine I'm holding the camera. The camera in context is the Sony A7 III. The Sony craze came recently, and I jumped on it. I jumped on it not for jumping's sake, but I went to read the specs and I was like, whoa, this looks amazing. And the reviews were just out there. I remember having to order from B&H and I had to wait. Like there was a long ass queue or waiting line for this camera. And this camera is everything and more that people talk about. It is so good. So what do I currently like about the Sony A7 III? In terms of ISO performance, it is better than the Fuji. I must admit, it is better than the Fuji. You can shoot 10,000, 12,000, 15,000 comfortably with the Sony. So I'll give it to the Sony. The Sony is the ISO king. Great. The autofocus is fast. Fam, it is fast. Like just put Rambo. Well, his name is not Rambo, but Sylvester Stallone. Good. Put Stallone in the movie. Put Steven Seagal in the movie. Put David, the 007 guy. That's his name, right? I almost said Craig David. And you would just put all these guys that shoot guns. Yes, this is how the Sony is. And it would nail everything. Sharpshooter, freaking sniper. That's how good the Sony is. So it was a fantastic upgrade as well from my Nikon. What else again? Sony battery life compared to the Fuji. Oh, battery life is good. I shoot a whole wedding. Well, I can't really shoot with one, maybe like 1.5. But with the Fuji, to shoot a whole wedding, I'm talking like maybe six batteries or like 8 batteries. Yes. But with this one, 2, I'm good. I'm very good. What else? The picture quality is not bad, but I don't think it's as good as the Fuji. It is not as good as the Fuji. What don't I like? It's big. It is very big. Yeah, it is not small. Actually, is it that big? I think actually it's not that big. I apologize. My current setup is big because I have a grip on it and everything, but it's not that big. So I have the 35 Rokinon 1.4 on it. Okay, 35 Rokinon 1.4, yes, because the native Sony lenses, they're expensive and I ain't got that money. Okay, they're pretty expensive. All the Zeiss, whatever they pronounce it, G Master and the rest, yes, they're just very expensive. But this lens, there are mixed reviews about it, but the one that I have, the copy I got, is a very good copy and it's what I use and it's just fantastic. And the bouquet is so grainy. At that 1.4, oh, the autofocus blur is amazing. I mean, you can see it right here. I'm literally recording with it and this is not even 4K, this is just full HD. So it's really, really good. The major things that I wanted to, that's the thing now. So don't just get a camera for camera's sake, right? But know what you're lacking and know what the other one has that would replace what you're lacking. And what this was lacking was good ISO sensitivity and a fast autofocus. And these 2 cameras have given me that. These 2 cameras being the Fuji and the Sony. So I currently shoot with both the Fuji and the Sony. However, when I'm doing my editing, I do my edits on Capture One. So when I do my edits, I color sync everything all together and everything works perfectly for me. There's no issue at all. So now in terms of my lighting, of course, the 8200, who hasn't heard about it? Everybody has. This is what I use with the mag mode system. I have the mag grid and the mag sphere, I think. I'm so bad with the names. The diffuser thing anyway. So I use this a lot and I have a continuous light. I can't show you the continuous light now, unfortunately, because I'm using it. That is what has the green, the blue backdrop at the back, but I guess I'll find a way to show you guys somehow. But yeah, so that's my continuous light as well. It's a Yongnuo, yes. So that's my setup pretty much. And that's how I've been shooting for the past 1 year. Am I looking forward to upgrading? Not really. Like if there's a new version of the Sony now, the new version of the Fuji, I just may not buy it because I don't see exactly what I'm missing from this 2 yet. They really give me what I want, yeah, except like, the camera has like artificial intelligence and they like, yo, shoot this, and then it shoots it. Okay, then that's fine. I'll probably upgrade for that. But apart from that, nah. So a full recap, what is in Akitara Timmy's camera bag right now? A Sony a7 III with the Rokinon 35 1.4, a Fuji X-T3 with the 23 1.4 and a 56 1.2. Then I have an AD200 with the Magmud system, and I have a Yongnuo continuous light. That's all. That is pretty much all I have in my bag. And yeah, so that's how that's what I use to make my images, and the rest is here and here. So I hope you learned something from this. Thank you for watching.